tonight I will speak about my experience as an artistic director of a very specific festival, which is called Ruhr Triennale, International Festival of the Arts, in a certain area, Germany, and how I made my programmatic decisions. And I'm sure there will be no direct link with transposing this experience to, let's say, structures here. And that's also something I would elaborate or would express further on, that the conditions under which the experimental performing or music scene here are working are probably very difficult and poor and improvised, but also those are moments in which the freedom to really to do what you want to do has the biggest range. Yeah? Because I see it from a very critical point of view towards the institutionalized art forms. Because they limit your possibilities to decide what to do very much. And what I'm saying is just that these institutions, they don't do what the artist wants with its art form. They want artists to do something what the institution needs for its existence. And what I wanted to point out is that is the ambivalence of a well-funded cultural system like we have it in Germany, and of the gravity and the slowing down the development of the art form by an institutionalized systems. That's only what I can say. Yeah? For example, the music of American composers like Philip Glass, Steve Reich, or other composers of the 60s, 70s, 80s. It was created because they had no access to a real orchestra. That's why I personally think that the visual arts, for example, which doesn't need such an orchestra or theater, because they can work something in the atelier. That's why they are progressing much faster in terms of artistical development. We just had this morning an introduction in certain movements here in downtown, and they reminded me of my time when I was when I was also part of this movement, squatting houses in Frankfurt, and that was not a good time for the art, because the left-wing movement, which came up in '68, they didn't support experimental music or anything experimental. They rather had the idea to be social, communicable. What I can observe in the last 20 years is that there's a strong tendency now to say goodbye to the hierarchical structures, because these theaters have been still somehow being disconnected from political movements. And you can discover now in the performing arts that this is going to be dissolved, and that they become more a balanced, emancipated way of collaboration in certain theater groups, dance groups.